people. And so I feel like that's kind of where some of the communication gets lost. And so I feel like whenever it comes to people who you don't necessarily agree with, the best thing to do is just try and listen to them first and figure out their mind and figure out why they believe what they do and
So,
try and think back on what you believe as well.
so first of all, you got an amazing point. It's a
Hmm.
great point, and I try to do that to the best that I can. And the only time that I have problems doing that is when they start to. I like to call this bragging. Like
Hmm.
when I'm bringing up a kid suffering, they just want to walk right over it and go back to them and start bragging about how God has saved them and He's helped me out. That
Yeah.
it really does bother me, and it doesn't bother me. And people think I'm trying to be an asshole about it. I'm not. It's because I'm hurting. I'm
Hmm.
hurting because I'm
Yeah.
imagining what this little kid in this basement is going through, and I'm
Hmm.
hearing about that this God can save it, and then I hear, well, no, He's just watching. He'll just let it happen, and He'll take care of it later. And it just bothers me so bad that you're going around putting this out there publicly. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And like a lot, I guess people got somewhat of a point. They're like, John, well, you don't believe in this God. Why does it matter the way He works? Again, it's the claims I'm hearing. It's the
Hmm.
public bragging. You know, the quarterback bragging in the Super Bowl that God let him win the football game.
Yeah,
That that's
that's
disturbing. That's very
that's
that,
that's what we
oh
call lukewarm Christian, where I believe
wow.
with the Christianity. So me personally, I am a Christian, but my stance point is I'm not going to make claims in inappropriate times for people. Like you said, where you're hurting about a kid that's in a basement. I feel the best response sometimes is silence, because I think a lot of times with situations like that, the best way to be a Christian is to just be there for somebody. Because, and I know you don't necessarily believe everything I believe, but I think with my belief, I want to take the compassion and the love that I have received and put it onto somebody else, so that way they can feel what I'm feeling. And so that way, whenever they're hurting, they can slowly heal, open up their heart, and get better. Because sometimes it's a little inappropriate bringing up stuff in hard situations. And sometimes just being a present person is what somebody really needs. And that's what Christians should be doing,
I gotta get.
is trying to be an example of Jesus.
I gotta do this for you. Like I said, you're just talking. You're making good points. Like I said, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. Like I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm saying, look, you can easily be kind and spread love to somebody and hug them and give them hope without mentioning your God or praise or anything. And again, I don't say that to be mean. I'm not saying, hey, don't you mention
Yeah.
your God. It's just like, hey, you can easily spread the love without mentioning that. And back to the, even though I think it's disturbing that a quarterback publicly thanks his God for letting him win a Super Bowl, what I'm saying is if that God's looking over like they claim, the God's going to hear him in wherever he's at praying to that God. So the God doesn't need to
Mhm.
do that publicly while kids are going through the most wow things. He doesn't need to be publicly. He needs to go home and do that privately. You know what I mean? Again, that's just my personal opinion. I mean, everybody can do what they want, but it's my personal opinion. He should go do that behind closed doors, like it says in Matthew 6:6. But
Mhm.
again, that's just my opinion. But I think mainly, I think we're on the same page.